my channel, Glow with Candace, and if you're new here, welcome. I'd love to see you back. So hit the subscribe button down below to see future videos like this and more by me. And don't forget, hit that notification bell as well so you can be notified for any future uploads of mine. Today, we're gonna be going over 3 drugstore BB creams. You know, that time of year is coming up where it's starting to get hotter and drier, and let me tell you, your skin feels it. And sometimes it's just nice to have something on that's lightweight, not full coverage, but something that if you're going to the lake or if you're going to the pool and you just want a little bit of coverage and maybe have some sunscreen in it already and then you don't have to apply it. And also just getting that hydration back into your skin because it is drier. So for me, I've been kind of playing around and buying some drugstore and high-end, and I wanted to see like which BB cream works well for me because I have issues with oily skin. I also have sensitive skin and I break out super easily and I deal with acne, adult acne. Ugh. So with that being said, when I'm testing out these products, I'm seeing if they withstand any of that. Of course, you know, with these having moisturizer in them, I don't expect them to withstand my oil completely, but I don't want to be a sopping oily mess. You know, I want something a little bit more lightweight for summer. If we're just out and about and I just want to put a little bit on, I think BB creams and CC creams are perfect for that kind of thing. So I wanted to start testing out, starting with some drugstore brands, and eventually I will also be doing some high-end brands, so stay tuned for that. So the first one I'm gonna go over is from Wet n Wild and it is called the Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator Tinted Skin Veil. So this retails for $5.99 and it is 0.91 ounces. This is what it looks like on the outer tube. So it's kind of little, but it does the job, and a lot comes in a little package and it's $5.99. So who cannot love that? So actually, what got me intrigued about this was I subscribed to Shut Up with Sharon. She is absolutely a doll. I love to watch her. She's super friendly. She kind of reminds me of me. And she even said that in one of her videos how I remind her of her. So it's kind of cool. I love to watch because she has some awesome videos and she gives me some ideas of makeup to try. And for instance, this, she put it on a get up, get ready, you know, with me kind of video, and it looked beautiful on her. It looked flawless, it looked glowing, and I thought, wow, she got me sold on that. I want to try it. So I purchased it, and I know in the title it doesn't say BB cream, but it is a BB cream because it has all the benefits of a BB cream. Well, I shouldn't say all, but a lot of them. So I'm just gonna read you about it a little bit. So it's an oil-free tinted hydrator with hyaluronic acid and vegan subqualine, is a one-way ticket to quenched perfection. Wet n Wild's Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator Tinted Skin Veil features buildable sheer to medium coverage with a semi-matte finish for a naturally flawless and nourished glow. Transforms a multi-step routine into a one-step regimen, so you'll be ready in a splash with this lightweight, multi-purpose, and super convenient formula. Simply tap, blend, and build to your preferred coverage for hydrated, radiant, instant perfection. Select from your versatile range of shades to transport yourself to complexion paradise. So it's oil-free, hydrating with hyaluronic acid, provides buildable sheer to medium coverage, and it's a semi-matte finish for all skin types. So this, honestly, I purchased porcelain first because it's the lighter shade, and let me tell you, I purchased these when my winter skin was still kind of a thing. So I was very, 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 very fair. Now that I've been in the sun a little bit, you know, I have a little bit of color, like I'm not as fair. But when I purchased this, I purchased porcelain first because that is the lighter shade, and the first thing I noticed was, oh my God, this is too dark for me. Like it was too dark. It made me look a little orange. I wasn't quite happy with that. And I was like, because when I applied it, it applied so beautifully. I just used my fingers as what it says to apply with. And not only that, but it just turned out so glowing. I'm actually wearing it today. but it was too dark for me, especially with my white winter skin. And here's it like just squirted on my finger here. It is just a little too dark for me. So that's one thing I gotta say is the shade range kinda sucks, which you're gonna find a trend with these drugstore ones is they kinda suck. They don't have a whole lot of shade ranges, so I was really disappointed. And then I started reading some of the reviews on Ulta because I really liked how it glowed. I really liked how it glowed on my skin, but the color didn't match, and I did not want to be tipsy-topsy, not at all, looking alike. So I started reading some of the reviews, and some people said, well, Fair is actually the lightest, which is the second shade to the lightest, but everybody was saying, I purchased Fair after Porcelain didn't work, and it was actually lighter, so I thought, what the hey, it's $5.99, I'm just gonna purchase Fair and try it out, and let me tell you, Fair was lighter. I purchased Fair as well, and here's the bottle here. This is Fair, and this is Porcelain. Fair was much lighter. I shouldn't say much lighter. It was a little bit lighter, but for my winter skin, it still wasn't light enough. So I was really disappointed. Then over the next few weeks, as I was outside more, I got a little bit of color. And now I'm actually wearing Fair today, and it does match my skin. So unfortunately, if you're like Fair like Snow White, there isn't a shade for you. And that sucks because obviously in my winter skin, when I was very fair, I didn't have a color that really matched me. But now that I have a little bit of color, the Fair works out well for me. Porcelain is still a little too dark for me. I think if I was wearing my self tanner, it could work, or if I was a little bit more darker. But unfortunately, it's too dark, which is weird because they call that the lightest shade. So, and on top of that, there isn't a whole lot of shade selections. There are 7 shade selections. So think of all the skin tones. That isn't gonna cover a lot of them. And like this only covers me now that I've been exposed to the sun a little bit. So take that with a grain of salt, but let me tell you, if you can find one that matches you or is somewhat close, this is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna zoom in on my face so you can see how it looks today because I'm wearing Fair today. Like I said, that, in my opinion, is the lightest shade. Porcelain is not. So just to show you, it looks so natural. It's lightweight. I feel like it covers me decent enough, but you know, like I did not put any concealer on, so you can see a little bit of, you know, my dark circles. But I feel like it looks beautiful. My skin looks glowing. I'm super happy about it. And, you know, I love how it wears. Now, over time, you know, my skin will get oily a little bit because I do have oily skin. I do set this with a setting powder to help, and I will say, you know, after about 4 hours, you know, oil starts to come through, but I just, you know, pat it with a little bit of some setting powder or some blotting paper, and that helps. And it doesn't melt off completely off my face. Now, if I'm going for a long day, it starts to melt off my face. But if I'm just going out for a little bit and I just want a natural lightweight look, this is perfect, especially if you can find that shade to match you. My one downfall is there is no sunscreen in this, so make sure you apply sunscreen to keep that face from aging and of course from skin cancer. Now, I just want to show you guys the side-by-side of the Porcelain and the Fair. So I showed you already Porcelain here. I'm gonna put on Fair so you guys can see. It's just so weird to me because I really do feel like, by the way, a little bit goes a long way, so a little squirt. So I'm gonna show you Fair here. As you can see, Fair is a little bit lighter. There's a little bit of like a rosy color in the Porcelain, But Fair is a little bit lighter. And of course, as you spread it around, it gets a little bit lighter, but I feel like there is kind of like a naturally, almost like a oxidated look to it already. You would think that they would make a really sheer color though. I shouldn't say sheer, but I should say a light color, because there are very fair-skinned people. And like I said, when I first purchased these and my skin hadn't, you know, been outside for a bit, it's been covered up, neither one worked. So this is after I've been wearing sunscreen and I've gained a little bit of color. It looks, you know, pretty well on me. So unfortunately, if you can't find your range, that's gonna suck. But if you can, I definitely think this is worth the purchase. So the next BB cream I have is from Maybelline, and it is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream 8-in-1 Skin Perfector. So this one retails for $8.99 and it is a 1.0 ounces. So some of the benefits of this one is it has SPF in it. So SPF 30, which is awesome because then you don't have to worry about putting sunscreen on your face, which is wonderful. You just slap this on and you're good to go. So that is one of the things that I was like, wow, that's great. I'm just gonna read you a little bit about it. Maybelline's Dream BB Fresh is hydrating and lightweight. Dream BB Fresh cream gives you a natural skin perfected look. This BB cream, which stands for Beauty Balm, combines skincare and makeup to perfect skin in one simple step. It glides on easily for smooth application, providing sheer coverage with the added benefit of SPF to protect you from the harsh rays. Dream Fresh has 8 skin-loving benefits. It hydrates, protects with SPF, it brightens, it blurs out imperfections, it smooths, it enhances. It's oil-free without any heavy ingredients. This skin-hydrating beauty balm leaves skin feeling fresh with a natural finish, suitable for all skin types. And it says it has a wide range of skin tones and is non-comedogenic. And it says it's America's #1 BB cream. So it says that there's a huge wide range of colors, but there's only 5 shades. 5. And the lightest is called Light, which is the one that I purchased. There is no Fair, which I wish there was, because guess what, guys? This is way, way, way too dark. Like orangey dark. Like, I don't think I'll be able to wear this dark. That sucks, because I took a picture with it and I was like, oh, which I'm gonna put a picture up here for you guys so you can see. You know, I feel like this picture almost makes it look a little better. I'm also gonna share with you guys a picture of my husband and I, because that one kind of shows you kind of how orange it makes me look. That one, I mean, you can really see there. It just is too dark, which sucks because I feel like it wore beautifully. I feel like it hydrated. I will say, out of all the BB creams that I tried, this one made me the oiliest. So with that being said, because I got super duper oily pretty fast, I don't think I'll lean towards it. I'd much rather grab the Wet n Wild where I have to put on sunscreen versus this one that has sunscreen, but it just didn't last as long because I'm not looking for something to put on for a couple hours. I'd like it to last 4 or 5 hours at least. You know, with oily skin, that's just what happens to me. So if you don't have oily skin, then that could be completely different, but the shade range, oh my gosh, it's just horrible. When I do wear this, it doesn't melt off of me, but the shine does come through. So, and it comes through more than the Wet n Wild. So, with that being said, like, it's a little too shiny for me. So, unfortunately, between it not being light enough and that, I mean, first of all, it's not light enough for me, so it's not gonna work. If it were, it was a little too oily for me. Like, my oil just came through a little too fast, and unfortunately, that's just not gonna work. I am gonna show you guys how the swatch of it so you can kind of see how dark it is if you are contemplating. So this is light, okay? So this is it on my finger here. It's just too dark. Yeah. And to me, it just made me kind of orange. And maybe you can see in that photo, it just made me a little too orange and it just wasn't my natural look. So unfortunately, it's gonna have to be a no for me. And the last Drugstore BB cream is from Covergirl, and it's the Clean Matte BB Cream. And this is 1 ounce and it retails for $9.99. So I have a love-hate relationship with this. I wanna love it so bad because I tell you what, guys, this did a great job with my oily skin. Like, amazing. It held up for 6.5 hours and then I had slight shine come through. I just blotted a little bit and it was great. It's glowing on the skin, so lovely. But you know what? Once again, there's not enough shade options. There are 6. This one is in the color, what color is this one? This one is fair and it's a little bit too dark for me. And it's a little bit too dark with me even though I've had a little bit of skin color, you know, being out in the sun. So if I were in my winter clothes and my skin was just like really, really white, this would not work at all. But right now it's slightly, I guess, slightly off on my color. So I can get away with it, but I just notice it. But gosh, that's not the main thing. This says it doesn't clog pores, but every time I wear this, I break out. And when I say I break out, I get a couple zits around my chin and my cheek area. And I'm like, at first I just thought, well, maybe it's my hormones, you know? No, it's when I wear this and it bums me out because it says that it won't clog your pores, but there's something in this that my skin does not like. And maybe it won't happen to you, but unfortunately it's happening to me and I can't wear it. It's breaking me out. Like, I don't want to cause more acne. It's not like I have a ton of acne, but every time I wear this, I get at least 2 new zits. Not even kidding. So unfortunately, with that being said, it's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna post a picture up here so you can see how it looks on my skin. And then I'm just gonna read you a little bit about it. There's not much. It just says, Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream provides the perfect amount of coverage to even skin tone, hide blemishes, and keep you shine-free all day. And it also is cruelty-free. Now, I loved how the finish looked. It definitely was matte. It almost felt a little too dry, but I think it was that way to keep you matte for as long. So it claims on the back that it's oil-free, it won't clog pores. Yeah, right. So suitable for sensitive skin and it lasts all day. It does last quite a long time and that's what I loved about this, but it was also too dark. And then it caused me to break out, so that really sucks. If there was more shade range, that would be perfect. It definitely is closer to my skin than the Maybelline, but it still is a little too dark for me. So here I'm gonna do a swatch for you guys so you can see. I could get away with it now that I've been in the sun a little bit, but I notice it. And if I hadn't been in the sun a little bit with that natural, little bit, you know, natural glow that I have, not as fair, I wouldn't be able to wear it. So with that being said, it's kind of frustrating. Granted, I want to lean towards BB creams in the summertime just because it is hotter, it's drier, and you're sweating and you kind of want more of a lightweight on your face for that reason. So, you know, okay, so I gotta get a little bit of color before I can wear it. That's okay, but you know, there were other things with this that just didn't work. And unfortunately, the zit thing isn't gonna help. So, and maybe it won't do that for you. It does say it doesn't clog pores, but there's something in this my skin does not like. So I'm gonna listen to my skin and I'm not gonna wear it, unfortunately. I'm curious if any of you have used any of these and how you feel about them and if they affect you differently. For instance, maybe this Covergirl doesn't make you break out. You know, everybody's skin's different, so for me, it does. So I'm kind of curious, have you guys tried these? Do you like them? What do they do for you? Because of course everybody's skin is different, because I do have oily skin. I do have sensitive skin. I do have very fair skin. So with that being said, everybody's a little bit different, but this is what worked and what didn't work for me. Also guys, I'm starting to wear some high-end brand BB creams and tinted moisturizers, and so I'm gonna be wearing those throughout the next few weeks, testing them out, and then at some point I will be doing a high-end BB cream tinted moisturizer haul as well, and I'll be going over those. So keep in mind that will be to come, so something to look forward to. Well, I hope you liked this small drugstore BB cream haul. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button down below. And if you're new here and want to see future videos like this and more by me, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you back on my channel. But until next time, bye!